Hello, welcome back, and today's task is to change the battery on an old MacBook Air. The model number you need to check before you order a new battery. You'll find it written in here. If you're like me, you'll need your glasses. And this model is the A1466. A quick Google search or on one of the suppliers of online deliveries will easily find what you're after. And this is what you get. Dangerous goods label, of course, because it's a lithium rechargeable battery. I've got a 7200 milliamp hour battery going on here, MacBook Air, and this one will fit my MacBook. It's an old MacBook. My daughter uses it. She uses it for Roblox or something. Probably not in fashion by the time you see this, but anyway, that's what she does with it, and it saves just throwing it away. She can get some use out of it. Here's the battery. Within it, you'll also get a couple of other goodies, a couple of screwdrivers, one big one, one small one, using some kind of torque setting. It's almost proprietary. I'm not entirely sure exactly what model of screwdriver it is, but it doesn't matter because these will work for the screws you find inside the MacBook. You'll also get, certainly I did in mine, a couple of spare extra feet in case yours are a bit dirty or you need some new ones, and also a handy snack. Oh, hang on, it says do not eat. Do you know what? If they have to write that kind of stuff on, it's not the kind of person that should be changing batteries, is it? So don't eat this. There's the battery. It looks fairly simple. Taking a quick scan of it, I can see that inside when I get in there, there's going to be 4 screws and one in the middle there as well to hold it on. And it's mounted in its own frame. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to be the case when we get this thing open. Now, way back I did this once for a MacBook Air. Sorry, for a MacBook Pro. And it was a nightmare. Things were glued in. I really thought it wasn't going to work afterwards. Fortunately, it did. Now, the other thing is, if you're my age, you know the old series of Blue Peter, and they used to say, here's one I prepared earlier. Well, I've done that. I've taken the screws out from the back here of this MacBook Air. The thing to note, there are 2 screws that are longer than the others. They've all got a bit of thread lock on there. That should still be good for when it goes in. But 2 of the screws are longer than the others, and these were placed here and here. Now, don't ask me which colour is which. Your battery pack will have different colours. Trial and error. It's really obvious, folks. Screws are all out. Keep them somewhere safe. This for me is a little magnetic doobry which will hold them all in. Lift off the lid. Let's see what we've got. First thing I like to look at is how dirty is this going to be. And you can see there's quite a bit of dust in there. So I might just blow that through with a little bit of light compressed air because that will keep the fan efficient. We'll do that at the end. And maybe a bit of light solvent just to clean some of this stuff off here. But I'll put that aside for now, and let's have a look and see if our suspicions were correct. Yes, it is the same frame that we've seen, the same connectors on there, and the same screws in there. Not too dusty on this one, which is quite good. Really spinning fan. Good show. Let's see if we can get the right one first time. Oh, that is luck. That is luck. So let's get them undone. Try and take our time as well. What we don't want to do is go dropping them somewhere. I'm in the workshop here. And I've just been tidying the place up. But boy, can it get dirty. And if I drop these screws, that's it. They are gone. So interestingly, I don't know if you spotted that, but I'll try and show you when this comes out. That the screws on the bottom corners here and here are teeny weeny, even smaller. So they're much shorter in length than these 2 that we can see here in this slot and this slot. So let's see what size this one is. This one feels like a long one, and it is. Is it the same length? Worth a check? Yes, it is. So we've got 3 long ones, 2 little ones. Now I'm really hoping that the battery will come out nice and easily, but first I want to just see if I can get the connector off. So looking at the new battery, that is the common connector. It's not going off to some other component that I've not seen somewhere. So this is the connector here. I'm just putting my tool in there to grab the tab, and I think that's what that tab is for. Let's see. Oh yes, it is. Look, out you come. There's the battery disconnected. Like I said, I did a MacBook Pro many years ago, and there was glue all over the place underneath the battery pack. It didn't help that the battery pack had expanded with lots of use and charging cycles. I'm really hoping that this will just come out and be a direct replacement, and it is. Oh, look at that. There is the old battery. A bit dusty underneath. That's the old battery, and this is the original Apple battery. We bought this second-hand a little while ago, and it was only about 6 months old when we got it, so clearly there was nothing wrong with the battery because it's got an original battery in. Anyway, that will be recycled in the correct manner for rechargeable lithium batteries. Quick look of any dust, dirt, debris. Just wipe a little bit away, but no big dramas there. Right, let's get the new one on. Here it is. Looks similar, that's a good thing. I think what I am going to try though is see if I can just get the connector. So just let it ride over here. I'm going to see if I can just get this connector on first rather than fiddling in there while I'm losing space because it has been screwed in. There we go, that's gone in. That looks like it's fully home. Oh, this is a lot easier, folks, than I thought it was going to be. That's in. Connector's in, that's there. Let's get our screws in. So let's start with the teeny weeny ones. These are usually my nemesis. Let's just check everything's in. Middle screw, top left and right, bottom left and right, connected. I'm going to put the cover back on in a moment and we'll see if she works. But before I do, I'll be back in a jiffy because what I want to do, like I said, is just clean the inside panel there just to stop any grit, dirt and any of the other bits and pieces that could cause us problems in the future. Right, I'm back. It's all cleaned up as best I can. Really what I wanted to do was to get the air through those vents in there just to get all the dust off. Some of the fine foam on there might have disappeared for now, but we got rid of most of the debris and any of the dirt and gunk that's in there. Really, it's just nice to know that it's done. And once again, refitting is the reverse of removal. Now, the moment of truth. Have I destroyed the MacBook Air that I so graciously gave to my daughter, or will it work? Let's find out. So now it's up and running, we can see that there is a battery charge on there. If I go into the search bar, type in battery, here it comes. It's got a battery level, as you can see here, but it's not showing anything because this is a new battery. So these things learn what's going on with the batteries inside them. So after a few days use, I should see a few bits and pieces on there as to how it's been done. Clicking on the battery itself, that's really just for settings, but you'll notice now, as you may have noticed on yours, if you're thinking about changing this, there is no warning triangle to say your battery needs to be serviced. So what I do have to do in here is go and change the date again. It thinks it's the 1st of January, probably 10 years ago. We'll see how that goes. But for all intents and purposes, I think that's fixed and my daughter will get a year or two out of it before we buy her a new one for high school. That's it, folks. I do hope it helped. It's not a difficult job, nothing to be frightened of. Just don't lose those screws and make sure you've got your reading glasses with you. See you later.